Please, after the national anthem, then I will release the audio because of copyright. We are waiting for the national anthem to finish. Once the national anthem finish, then we will allow the voice to pick up because of copyright. So bear with me. I see you, Bishop Naga. You are here. Thank you so much. You are the first to join us here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dear friends, please hit the like button and share the program as we join us. Hit it because we are here to. This is a meeting, a tour from our DPM, from people of Ireland to people of Belgium, to talk to our people, for them to understand what we are doing, that is not secret courts, that everybody must queue in line. So it's a good development from our DPM to try to unite us and let everybody know that avoid Hadaino. That is what she's doing, and she's doing it right. So please, we are going to listen, but once national anthem finish, then I will allow us, then we'll join fully to avoid copyright on our page. This is why we are doing it. So what we are doing today is to let the IPOB in Belgium, in Ireland, understand that Biafra has been redeclared, that there is no other way. On that tour, they invite us to join DPM to talk to our people and for them to understand the meaning of redeclared, of our United States of Biafra as the only country we have, that we are no longer into organization, that we are into a country, and no country in this world has used
keep standing. The eye has been observed. 1 minute silence in quiet contemplation for our fallen heroes.
Once the anthem finish, then the voice will come back. Please, if you join, hit the like button, please.
The silence is over, but our remembrance continues. We rise from this moment with renewed dedication to the ideals for which our heroes and heroines gave their lives.
Mazikeshwu, can you hear the voice? But I will stop because of the PDF. All these are giving us copyright. It's not good for you, for page. But can you hear my own voice, Mazi Kechuku? And Mazi Bishop Onaga, can you hear my voice? Please, I want to confirm if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Okay, Bishop, thank you so much. Thank you, Bishop Anaga.
Something that will make you feel down, weak. It's just like an evidence of what I'm saying. People are always scattered everywhere. Not that we committed inside and you are running away from that. No. But it's a constant which we find ourselves. The country they force us in, which of course they already made our choice.
You know that what we are doing is that there is what they call inclusive of all. That is what our DPM is doing, trying to let everybody know. And they always use the word, had I know. Our DPM is 7 Biafrans, those under IP organization from what we call had I know at last. Because there is many punishment that follows those who refuse to understand what we are doing, and those that never reason that there is what they call transition of every movement. It's just a simple thing that we must understand. Take it in the level of politics. There is what's a name of party. You come into a name of party for you to do what? Transition to win election. Once you win election, you become the government property. You start answering the name of the country. I am a president of so or so country. This is how it is. The transition of Biafran people, the transition that will make us to have Biafra has been done. So if anyone refuses to join it, then you are wasting your time. If you refuse to understand that the transition from a time of being in government is where we are, a time to prove government in exile, the only road that every other countries in the past has followed. We are not the first people to follow this path. We are not the last people to follow this path. In this world, the first people that use government in exile to achieve their country is Belgium. Belgium got their country back through government in exile after they have lost their country in the hands of the colonial era.
Need to be muted. Honorable Mercy, can you please mute everybody and then unmute those who are speaking?
Not going to have the host. I'm trying to figure out how to pass the host back to Honorable Mercy.
Just go to Honorable Mercy's profile, right click, and you will see transfer host.
Okay.
Go to the listings, go to participants. You will see the list of participants. Go to Mercy, right click, and then you can transfer. You can see the option to transfer host.
Okay.
It's done. It's done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's continue from where we stopped. Let's recite. Let's recite the pledge. I think we can do this together.
Collected the votes again. What of mercy? I think Honorable Uche.
Please allow him to continue. Thank you.
Let us recite the pledge together. On three. 1, 2, 3. I pledge
loyalty to the United States of Biafra, land of the rising sun. Our history, values, and laws to defend our life, lest we perish. To hold peace, unity, progress, and equity. One people under God. Share.
Thank you. Honorable Paul, to you.
Thank you, Honorable Adindo. The next we have in line is the opening prayer by Head of Mission Belgium, Justina Udozo.
Good evening, honorables. Please let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for our nation. Thank you for our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa, and Her Excellency Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Father, we want to thank you for our great leaders. Thanking you for all the head of nations. Thank you for everyone present here today. Thank you for this occasion. Father, we put the land of Biafra onto your able hands. Because whatever that is committed to you, it doesn't rot, it doesn't decay, it doesn't sour. Lord, come to our aid as a nation, bless us and cleanse our land. Help us to defeat all our numerous enemies. And above all, help us to get more allies. For today's activities, Lord, we commit unto your able hands, that you will bring it successfully to an end. Because you are our anchor, you are everything to us. We commit everything unto your able hands. All this we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. You see?
Thank you very much, Honorable Justin Udozo. Your prayer is well received. So the next on the line is we welcome the Otundi Longford. I hope Otundi Longford is there.
Honorable Paul, they're not
anyone joined yet?
Communicating with them, because I'm one of them.
Okay.
I'm sending messages individually for them to join the Zoom that is open. So hopefully, they will all join, So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm writing to them individually to join.
Okay, there is no problem. While we proceed, we wait for them while we proceed. So the next agenda on the line is the presentation and the breaking of cola by Ngozi Orabueze, Ireland Mission Head.
Okay. As agreed, we are joint host with Belgium, and what we're going to do, because the people we are presenting the cola to are not here right now, but we still have to do the needful. Our usual way we do things.
Do we, sorry, Honorable Orabueze, do we have representatives from the Belgium? Are they here? You just called on the island. We should also acknowledge those from Belgium,
yeah.
So please.
Yeah, Honorable Justin Udozo and husband is here. Belgian head of mission.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
It was one
Ngozi, proceed.
Okay.
Chief Obarola Loki is here.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're welcome, brother. So, but this cola, given this cola supposed to be given to our guests, but they are not here. But we have to proceed. I don't know if that is okay, because when they start coming in, we will not give cola anymore. Yes. So I don't know if it's appropriate to continue with the giving of the cola, because already presentation of cola need them to be here. We use that to acknowledge their presence.
Honorable Orabueze, thank you very much. Honorable Justin, please, do we have those from Belgium? Are they here? Can you please introduce them, please? Thank you.
Yes, I think I've seen the one-time chairman of Igbo Union Brussels, in person of Mr. Paul Ibekwe, Akajo for one of Ndigbo, Belgium. I think I've seen him here. If he's here, please, can you acknowledge your presence? Mr. Paul Ibekwe, chairman of Igbo Union Brussels, Akajo Fondibo, na Belgium. I think I've seen him here. If he's here,
yes, I am here.
Okay.
Thank you. BIAFRAS, You're
welcome.
Yeah, my people. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, as the introduction has been said, I am Ngozi Ibekwe, Belgium, Kajofo, in Belgium. So I was invited as a guest in your honorable food by my friend, Chief Okafor Roberts. So I tried to honor his invitation to be in your list. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today. Next on the agenda is our DPM speech.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Again, I don't have so much to say. I just want to listen to what you are saying and doing. But again, I thank you all for organizing this meeting. As you all know, we're definitely pushing on with. Can everyone mute their phone? Who's talking? We're getting background noise. We are very small here. There shouldn't be any noise on this little congregation. I want to thank all of you for what you do every day. As I was saying, our task right now is the full protection and takeover of our land. We are doing that gradually based on our unique nature and the unique circumstances that surround our declaration on our independence. We are successfully doing that.
Oppo A38, please, can you mute?
Yeah, thank you so much. We are doing that gradually based on our unique circumstances, which is we're a new nation that was declared with a terrorist state in charge in all our environment. They still want to continue to do that, but the tide of time is against them. The information that the world leaders need to either stay neutral or support the USB is out there. And as it stands right now, no foreign country, regardless of how Nigeria bribes them or how closely they've worked with Nigeria in the past, none of them would like to publicly come out at this time to support Nigeria in what they're doing. Again, some of you may not know, but Nigeria executives and administrators are not allowed to enter certain Western countries. That's why you see a lot of activities which Tinubu and Co are doing in homeland. But for the government, we are very, very focused. We are steady on what we're doing. We have declared our independence on November 29, 2024. We are gradually working towards the requirement and towards our recognition. And we hope that that recognition will come. It's just a matter of time. But the most important thing is those legal documents that the Prime Minister told us to get ready in order to legally remove Nigeria from our territory. We have that right now, which includes our declaration document and all the things we have done, the self-referendum, the reports, the support. So we're doing well on that angle. In homeland, we have our structure. Our case is very unique and different. some people, some countries, they got their independence by just answering government in exile. Our case is unique. We have government in exile. We also have structures in homeland, which is really helping us to facilitate the full restoration of the United States of Biafra. Those structures in homeland are fully active, even though on a downplayed basis, but our international allies knows that those structures are ready to roll from day one of our recognition. And that's a very huge thing, that any country that is seeking recognition should be able to have the structure. We know there are so many things going on in the area of open declaration of recognition. We know it's going to come. It's not something that happens overnight, but it's something that is gradually coming based on some of the actions of our allies all over the world. Countries like the United States of America has used different methods to show support to the Christian nation of the United States of Biafra. I want us to always note that Christian nation of the United States of Biafra, because that word is kind of helping us gain a lot of traction. When you compare that to the terrorist state of Nigeria and what they are doing, the support for the Christian nation of the United States of Biafra is something that no sane leader will play with. It is absolutely important. The thing is just going to be a matter of time. And we are open to any world leader that is out to support us. We have countries that are being supported by different world leaders. So we're not putting our egg in one basket. Anywhere we have the help initially, I think we are going to always take it. The conditions is something we will always ensure that it does not suffer the people of the United States of Biafra. So the recognition will come. One thing I try to let people know is to stay the course and do whatever they got, the little they can do in their own little way. It adds up, no matter how small it may look. And I'm very, very happy a lot of Biafrans are gaining that, moving towards that angle and doing so many things on their own. As long as it's done under the umbrella of the United States of Biafra, we don't have any problem. Again, it's, like I said, it's going to be a gradual process. We just stay the course and continue to do what we're doing. Nigeria is currently forcefully occupying a sovereign nation, no matter what they do, no matter how they pretend. Many of them, the reality is hitting on them that for true, this is it. It's no longer in the past when they come and dump any information on the news media and get away with it, or where they come and lie to people like it to be. We just come out and just keep lying and keep confusing people with all these terrorist political parties that Nigeria is leading. So not anymore, because some of us, we've really reduced some of them to a very low level in the public. Based on some of the things that we're trying to ignore. And recently I was reading some of the nonsense P2B is posting. It's like he's making a U-turn, trying to more criticize Nigeria, try to say, before when he says a new Nigeria is possible, he was basically referring to one Nigeria. But now, when I read the things he posts, I say new Nigeria is possible, I think he's kind of now debating and recognizing that there could be a different way for something to exist. But regardless, overall, Itobi is the enemy of the United States of Biafra. Obatobi said it when he was around, but at this time, mine is to be able to really expose his stupidity to the international world that always that before has thought that the man is a sane individual to now know that he's really part of the problem of Nigeria, because you cannot have your successor, Charles Soludo, forcefully removing innocent Biafrans every night, and you people are coming out on the social media to carry the propaganda that you're trying to make anything better. No, that's not going to happen. But again, overall, we know that we are doing well. When you do now the Kano, I know so far his hope is not going to come from Nigeria, because we don't even expect Nigeria to help him. It is what we do as a nation to exact our authority. Those are the things that will make them live on the Kano. The same thing with our PM, whose appeal is coming up around August. All these things are ongoing, but we also have to remember Nigerian government is not going to fold their hands and allow Biafra to be a free nation. So they keep fighting, like Onyedu has said. They have over $20 billion to fight our freedom. So everyone should have that at the back of their mind. And the most important thing is the fight Nigeria is giving to us is not going to come from afar. It's going to come from those that are inside and pretending to be Biafra citizens. They are the ones they will always use. Fulani will always use those inside to fight the same set of people. But overall, we are moving forward. We've established our cases in most parts of the world, in most countries in the world, thanks to the Foreign Affairs Department and what they're doing to sustain that momentum of submitting our legal documents on the tables of some of these countries. Some may be antagonistic to that. Some may not want to hear about that. Some may welcome that, but we don't care. It's none of our business. All we know is we will continue to inform those that want to hear what we are saying. Those that refuse to hear what we're saying, we will continue to just deliver those documents on their table, whether they agree or not. It's none of our business. It does not tamper with the legal right we have, both from the Montevideo Convention, from the United Nations Charter, from the African Union Charters, from the Commonwealth Charters, from international humanitarian charters. We have all those documents established as an independent nation. That's why I keep telling people that the United States of Biafra on November 28th, 2024 is different from the United States of Biafra on November 30th. That 29th has made a lot of difference. That 29th has kind of protected 80 million Biafrans to fight for their freedom from the Nigeria terrorist state. So we're doing well on that. On the homeland, our elites are doing the best they can based on the resources they have, and they'll continue to do that until we have our recognition or we have the resources we need from our allies to help us to fight the terrorist state of Nigeria. But until then, we must continue to do what we have to do in our own little way to ensure that the terrorists leave our country. That's why the Nigeria Must Go was launched. And many of them are gradually understanding what the meaning of that is, whether they like it or not, whether they are exerting their gun control on the Biafra territory. We'll see how that's going to pan out, but I know it's a matter of time. So again, I want to thank you all. Everyone should continue to stay the course and focus on what they're doing. And if anyone have any questions for me, I'll be able to take that because I have another meeting maybe in the next 2 hours. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. Thank you for always being present whenever we call. I pray the Lord God Almighty will give you the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, all that you need to lead this boat.
Well, now I welcome every one of us present here in this meeting today. BIAFRAS worldwide, honorables, Foreign Affairs Department, and also friends of BIAFRAS present here. We'll now move to the next agenda for the day, which is the functional fulfillment of the USP government. I will be welcoming Honorable Luke. Honorable Luke, please, are you here? You can unmute. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my Honorable, Your Excellency, our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, members of cabinets, secretaries of the United States of Biafra, governors and deputy governors from the 40 states of the United States of Biafra, all reps, mission heads across the world, and leaders that have honored the invitation to be here today. We welcome you and we do acknowledge everyone and all protocols observed. My name is Luke Iwunze. I am from Olu State of the United States of Biafra, and I serve as head of mission for the United States of Biafra in Australia and Oceania. On 6th of February 2026, the Administrative Review Tribunal of Australia, with Tribunal number 23111102, they set aside a refusal decision and determined that a Biafran applicant met the refugee criteria under Section 36, bracket 2 and bracket A of the Migration Act of 1958. The tribunal found the existence of a real chance of serious harm in Nigeria on ground of race, Biafran Igbo identity, and political opinion, restoration of Biafra independence. It expressly acknowledged credible risk, including extrajudicial detention, violence, and execution of Biafran activists by Nigerian regime security forces. So the tribunal further noted that the 1967 through to 1970 war resulted in an estimated 2 to 3 million deaths, and that no national reckoning has occurred. He recognized that Nigerian security forces remain vigilant in suppressing Biafran self-determination movements, and that diaspora political engagement may result in identification and targeting upon return. So this judicial determination by a sovereign democratic state constitute persuasive international recognitions that, number one, Biafra constitutes a distinct nation with a shared historical and political identity. Biafrans advocating self-determination face systematic and discriminatory persecutions. 3, effective protection is unavailable within Nigeria, particularly under its continuing unlawful military occupation of Biafran territory. The principle of non-refutal is engaged. So the Australian tribunal's finding confirm that the requisite legal threshold is satisfied in the case of Biafran national, especially those identified as advocates of Biafran self-determination. This ruling was very significant to us in that tactically Australia has recognized the United States of Biafra, especially as a mission head. Every document that the Foreign Affairs submitted was accepted. And that has given us such an amazing ground here that legally Australia has accepted United States of Biafra. So our people in this part of the world that are seeking, that have sought for this protection, they are getting it, and many more are also coming up. So to us, that is a big win. It shows what the difference that the government, being a government, a United States of Biafra government, the difference we play today and when we were just an organization. So we are no more an organization, we are a government. And operating on that level, the world is taking notice and they are giving us attention. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Honorable Luki Wunze. Welcome our guest. My name is Mazuche. I work with the Foreign Affairs Department. In addition to the court findings in Australia, they also refer to the legal instrument of the United States of Biafra as credible. They also recognize the capacity of the mission head of the United States of Biafra, represented by Honorable Luki Wunze, as also credible, and also the treasurer, who was the person of the subject matter. In addition to that recognition, they also recognize our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa, as the leader of the movement. They also recognize the concluded 50 million vote as at then. All these things were recognized and referred to as a qualified entity that a citizen can seek refuge on behalf. So as we spoke with the lawyer who handled the case of these Biafrans, his legal translation was very simple, that Biafra is now legalized in Australia.
Yes.
In clear terms. So what this means is that we are no longer in the era of social media explaining or trying to explain ourselves on social media. We have really did everything we can in terms of screaming out loud, letting the world to know what we are going through. And so far, so good. They are very much aware of our plight. So the only option is for us to look within and begin to explore our opportunities. And that is why we have begun to set up our administrative framework to ensure that we are functioning, which has amounted to this recognition from Australia. Thank you very much, Honorable Kiwunze.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Luke, and thank you very much, Honorable Oshe. I would still want us to hear some of the functional fulfillment of the USB government, and I will call Honorable Adindo to give us a brief summary of what our government has achieved so far. Thank you very much. Honorable Adindo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aden Dosunwoke, the Deputy Head of Mission for the United States of Biafra Mission in Belgium. To expand on what our Honorable said, I will now present to you some further functional fulfillments that the USB government has done. These are among the functional fulfillments of the USB government, gotten from the following two documents: the mandate of unification and the legal armor of our heritage, the Brazil diplomatic petition, national identity administration. We have been able to issue sovereign nationality certificates. We have been also able to issue national identity cards. We provide an alternative identity framework for persons identifying as Biafrans. 2. Diplomatic representation. Establishing and operating missions in various countries, maintaining representatives and envoys abroad, conducting formal communication with governments and ministries. International advocacy. Submitting petitions and memoranda to foreign governments, advocating for self-determination and human rights, presenting Biafran issues before international audiences. Human rights protection. Documenting alleged human rights abuses affecting Biafrans, advocating for protection against deportation and refoulement, supporting legal protection for individuals identifying as Biafrans. Constitutional governance. Adoption of a constitution on the 2nd of December 2024. Operation under constitutional and administrative ordinances. Maintenance of a legal framework for governance and administration. Diaspora integration. Treating the diaspora as a functional component of the nation. Organizing missions and communities abroad. Mobilizing diaspora participation in national development. Legal and administrative infrastructure.
Honorable Adendo, just a moment, please. I just want to touch on the part you mentioned now, having meetings and so on. That is exactly what we're doing now. So it wouldn't look like he's just reading documents. As we are now having this meeting, it is part of the functional fulfillment. So I just wanted to point that out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Legal and administrative infrastructure. Creating sovereign instruments and administrative protocols. Maintaining archives, registries, and documentation systems. Establishing procedures for nationality and civil records. International legal engagement. Referencing international laws, treaties, and courts. Ascertain legal pathways through institutions such as the ICJ. Using international legal mechanisms to advance claims and petitions. Mission and registry development. Establishing registered missions in countries such as the Netherlands and Brazil. Maintaining mission leadership, records, and administrative structures. Preservation of historical and cultural identity. Maintaining historical records relating to Biafra. Promoting Biafran heritage and identity. Encouraging citizens to preserve and assert their cultural and national identity. the International Consular Protection and Juridical Recognition, the Japan case of 2026. On the 27th of April 2026, the Osaka Regional Immigration Services Bureau, Japan, issued a landmark administrative decision releasing 2 United States of Biafra citizens into the custody of the United States of Biafra mission in Japan, Biafra liaison in Japan. The release was secured through the strategic deployment of the Notice of Non-Refusal, a sovereign instrument which the affected individual formally withdrew consent to be governed by colonial or predecessor state constructs, including Nigeria. The instrument asserted their status as citizens of the United States of Biafra and requested recognition of USB's protective and administrative authority. The resulting decision demonstrated the practical exercise of consular and protective functions by the case. Is presented as evidence that international administrative institutions are increasingly engaging with USB documentation and administrative processes in matters concerning persons identifying as Biafran nationals. What's the functional significance of this? This development presented as evidence of international consular protection and intervention on behalf of USB nationals. Recognition of USB's capacity to receive and protect its citizens. The operation of sovereign instruments within international administrative processes. The practical exercise of diplomatic and protective governmental functions. The expansion of USB's international and diplomatic record. The functional fulfillment of statehood. The USB presents itself as a functional state, fulfilling the criteria associated with statehood through established interim leadership, cabinet structures, administrative institutions, and constitutional governments. The referendum mandate, representing the expressed will and self-determination aspirations of millions of Biafrans. Indigenous restoration and decolonization. Advancing principles consistent with the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People and African Union decolonization frameworks. National identity restoration through the issuance of sovereign identification documents and affirmation of Biafran nationality and identity. Territorial rights and administrative continuity. Maintaining claims relating to historical rights and governance responsibilities. Global diplomatic presence. Operating a worldwide network of diplomatic missions and representatives, demonstrating ongoing engagement with international institutions and governments. The Osaka Immigration Bureau decision is presented as a practical example of USB exercising consular protection, diplomatic representation, nationality, administration, and international legal engagement. It is cited as evidence that USB institutions are functioning in capacities commonly associated with governmental administration and the protection of nationals abroad. I will now go over the Canadian petition. functional fulfillment by the USB, providing an alternative protective authority. The conduct of Nigerian state institutions create a need for an alternative authority to protect Biafran nationals. It therefore represents USB as the functional successor, capable of providing good administration and protection. 2, building an international legal record. The memorandum compiles and references court decisions from Canada and Kenya and presents them as evidence supporting USB's legal and diplomatic position. The document reads the collection and presentation of these judicial findings as part of USB's governmental function. 3, diplomatic representation. The document is issued through USB's permanent mission and references international engagement with governments, the United Nations, and diplomatic missions worldwide. This reflects the claimed fulfillment of foreign affairs and diplomatic representation functions. 4, protection and advocacy for Biafran nationals. The memorandum advocates for the rights of Biafran individuals, including those detained or persecuted abroad. It specifically addresses the cases of Biafran leadership and seeks judicial remedies and international intervention. This is presented as a consular and protective function of government. 5, development of administrative and legal frameworks. The document repeatedly cites USB ordinances, mandates, reference numbers, and administrative procedures and policy frameworks. This is presented as evidence that USB has developed institutional structures rather than functioning solely as a political movement. Maintenance of international missions. The memorandum states that USB operates missions and representatives across multiple continents and references registration and diplomatic activities in several countries. The document presents this number.
Just a moment, Honorable, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to clarify our capacity in terms of representation. So based on the country info, which is an official document, a sovereign instrument, we have at least 66 missions and representatives across the world in Africa, Asia, Europe, the whole of America, Australia, and New Zealand as well. So thank you very much.
Yes. The document presents this network as evidence of an operational international administration. Pursuit of international recognition. The document repeatedly addresses the United Nations, governments, and international institutions seeking recognition of USB's status and authority. This reflects the traditional governmental functions of conducting international relations. So according to the document, the principal functional fulfillments of Biafra are acting as a protective authority for Biafran nationals, maintaining diplomatic missions and international representation, conducting foreign affairs and engagement with building and presenting legal cases for international audiences, developing administrative and governance structures, advocating for human rights and judicial remedies, operating a worldwide network of representatives and missions, positioning itself as a successor administration capable of governance. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mercy. Honorable Mercy.
Thank you very much, Honorable Adindo. Thank you very much. I believe every one of us here have heard from our two spokespersons the achievements of the USB government. This is just a young nation of 2 years, and we have achieved so far so much, and we are still working tirelessly to make sure that Biafra land becomes the home of everyone in this world. I will want to call on Mr. Noso of the island to give us a little presentation before I will move to the next agenda. Mr. Noso, please.
Honorable, just a moment. Remember our Deputy Prime Minister mentioned that she would leave at some point. So if we can entertain our guests, they have had a lot from us. So maybe we can allow them to digest the information they have already received so that they can ask questions. They can refer to our DPM so that she can address them before she leaves. Please, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Noto, I will call you back, please. I will jump to the next agenda, which is a question and answer. I know many of us here is eager one way or the other to ask questions because I know that we all came here prepared. And our Honorable DPM is here to give you answers to that questions that you have that has been bothering you, 1 or 2 clarification that you will need from this government. So please, I will want those of us that want to ask questions to indicate by raising up their hands.
Sorry, first of all, we want to go back to our initial request for those in Ireland if they were present. Honorable Uzo, are they here now? Can we please have them introduced?
Mention here, I see that 3 persons, 4 persons have joined, and they are here with us since we started. So,
okay, please can you welcome them, and perhaps we can start with the questions. They can go ahead with their questions and concerns. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mazi Anthony again is here. And if you have any question, can you please ask your question, introduce yourself and ask your question, please. Thank you. Mazi Tony again. Tony, are you here? You're here.
No?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you ask if you have any question, any concern regarding United States of Biafra and the activities, whatever you want to ask? Our Deputy Prime Minister is here. You can ask her a question now, please. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I know that our DPM has been doing a very good work. This is my first time of joining this meeting. I'm here for today as like observing things. So far, so good. I'm here also representing the Otundibo Island. At the moment, what they have been saying is so good to me, and I'm looking forward to the realization of United States of Biafra. Thank you.
Biko, please hold on a second, please. Can you tell us your name, give us a little yourself so that we can also get to you. Thank you very much.
Like I said before, my name is Mazi Anthony again. I'm from Imo State, Owerri.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
You're welcome too.
And Honorable Mercy, please reach out to him so that all those sovereign instruments that goes to BIAFRAS all over the world, so that they can also receive a copy and follow up, because our people need to get informed as to what is happening. So they have the privilege to identify as BIAFRAS. So those who are responsible to provide or make this information available for those they lead, because you're in a leadership position. So it is your responsibility to ensure that these documents are available to BIAFRANs who are in need of identifying or having to be identified and are facing any kind of international challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our brother from Otunde Igbo Island. We really appreciate you. We really do. So the next agenda on the line, if anyone has any questions to ask our Deputy Prime Minister, this is the right time for anyone who has anything whatsoever that is bothering him or her. Please bring up your questions so that our Deputy Prime Minister can clear whatever question you have or whatever thing you have on your mind that is unclear to you. Please.
Yeah, Master Chijoke, please, you are here. Can you unmute, please, from the public of Ireland? Master Chijoke there. Or you ask your question, please, if you have anyone. Thank you.
And mom was sort of like, oh no, I wonder was it because he was sitting on his phone? Did he have the option to ask to go home? Said yes, he did. He threw the visual was out. But when I told him we'll go back to the house, he started to calm down. And then about an hour and a half later, he wanted to go for a drive, and he was calm and happy the whole drive. Whenever you finish that, could you just put into communication?
I think we have a hand up. Tina, you can proceed with your question.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all.
You're welcome.
My name is Tina Ngozi Orabueze. I'm from Odimegwu, Agwata Dice. I'm from Akpo, Agwata, but I'm married to an Irishman. I don't have much to say, just to ask a question concerning my daughter's ID card. She has been captured for a long time now, but I'm not hearing anything about that. So I don't know. That's the only question I have, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you've been following, we said that we are printing the ID cards batch to batch. And the next third batch we are going to print, we want to make sure we have enough numbers before we approve the security company that is printing our ID to go ahead. In the past, we've printed batches of about 400, 500, and all that. Right now, we want to make sure we have as much number of people that have applied and have captured before we authorize them to print the next batch of ID. So if your daughter have done the capturing, just tell her to exercise patience, okay? Thank you.
All right. My DPM, I love you.
Thank you.
Honestly. I'm from Adiwego. I love you so much. So continue doing what you're doing. God will protect you and bless you. Okay?
Thank you so much. And you know, when the government is dealing with so many things, especially the terrorist state of Nigeria trying to attack our freedom, we have priorities, and that's what I try to let BIAFRAS know. We have priorities. Our priority at this time is to destroy the Nigerian state and ensure that the Biafra territory is secured. Our priority is to stabilize our homeland, which we are doing successfully right now with all the structures we are setting in place. So the ID card, the third batch is going to come. Let them just exercise patience. Thank you.
Okay, I forget I'm the financial secretary of Ireland.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, bye. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, Tina, thank you. The next person online is Easy Way. Easy Way, you can bring your question forward.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Yeah. Emanam Ademejo Yuga, I think the Jagabo Aso Biafra. So Adequan permitted. Adequan permitted.
Yeah, permitted.
Okay. Agumwan, Ekelenge, Ibradopi in the island, Bianye de Fa. No, Iche. No, Iche. Manam, isn't you as a country to Abuna as a Nana Afugo Pada, Anya Frugo, Yaji Caribbean, time for a country again. Come on, let's party. Oh, yeah, DPM. I'll put you here before I'm driving into because I seek a USB. So I wonder now meeting since and over to Caribbean Island. So it happens that yesterday, you see, okay, from my mission head, see, I look at that I'm not about to meeting. So I still go ahead. But yesterday, I went back at the meeting. My meeting, I want to come forward to be. I was in the DPM.
Go ahead.
I was in the meeting. Here I was on for a book. On your one Batra, Professor Chioma, Okrojer, then at Dr. Price. I could the more up at the meeting. They're on you. Send them the legacy and they have him there. Now, my chuck and for to be. Or you must say more, but I can get you again. But I again. I was you to around with magic. You have to say, can you about to be on so on again in Ireland? No, about to be. I'm moving require any malice with anybody. That's why I know about to be in the island. National come fear. A restaurant and queue. Na queue, don't we can told you to be na queue inside court. So I want to be happy. Remember, I'm not about to be an identity in my island. So, Gaha, Bakroji, and Simon, so Ngozi Orabueze said, they have him the bar, him the bar come for to be. Namu a staunch at the USB. Look, now on a USB, not because of Ngozi Orabueze. Only for your brother pilot to USB. Now I'm there. Now USB. I am agree on the guy. See how okay, but for her. See, you now. Does it mean now you declare Biafra? I'm on the 29th of November 2024. I say Mumba. Now you declare there. Come on, they are him that day. I will declare it and now also to go a grievances. On the 2nd of November, I will instead, now, no stress. Now, there was a Garistia also. No, so I went to say, okay, I think I do Nuchika Fadenia. I said, I also make every weekend. Now, I'll go over here yesterday to cut my house. I said, okay, now, can you not The document generated that day for our DPM declare United States of Biafra. Konye Gianni, or send Nanki Jibu photocopy. I want to say, photocopy. I'll come yesterday and then I will have picture. I will have picture yesterday. And that's no one carry and say, Resident got no way to job as here. My house in hand a blue a jafo, Tobatobi, a house in Nobatobi the last Sunday, na UK, na network, na queue, retire, na Mesia, na Obia, not by the same thing with island yesterday. I want to see a Chineke lady. Ngan was what Choco have us. I didn't want to call me in the camera. The actually one of one. I'm not about to be on the 30th of May. Overseas celebration. Now before I fall back to here, no, I go through Emma Madabu. Has him on Barrow, no, I have yesterday. I could have seen guns and I'm on the 30th of May 2026. I say, okay, I go fed up. I'm drive out. So I can use a control our mutual head. Onion, I may call me here, convince him. Come back aside there. Now, see, I cannot tip up because I said, Namga Nobla nke USB nwere declare. Oh ya bụ ebe nkwu. Ọ nwụsị ihe ọzọ na-akọ na ma Maria. Aka m na ihe ndị wee bata na Peter abụ ka m fọ bata obi. Finish.
Okay. Can I send that information? Nobody will come there.
Oh, Tina,
okay, that useless woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that why she was calling me on phone every day?
Okay.
I was so
and get meeting.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I will say, here you have a bit now, but I call it a go 247 sign out for over to be a kuru. Has a number of go to Guaya. No, Runia. I was you go where social media put here over to be with the kuru. How them as I film major we there are bit there, I'm over to be in a social media. That's no for dinner no easy way. No more easy way. Social media. Yeah, in the side of USB.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much. Yeah. So in that meeting, Chomo Komanonya, who else was there? Imam Madabu was he there? And then
Imam Madabu wasn't there. Oh, Dr. Price, no, Koma. Chomo Koma.
Okay, so I don't have anything to say. Yeah, we are in our sense. And you can see that these people, their problem, I don't know who can solve it for them. Mine is to ensure that these distractions from these people don't get us down or tamper with what we're doing.
Yes.
But then I really hear her name about why Biafra never came, even during Rike's time, even during the Kanu time, because sometimes our people, the intelligence they have, they use it on a destructive way.
Yes.
Instead of them to use it on a productive way that will get our freedom, they use it on a destructive mode to destroy each other, to destroy our freedom. And when they never really understood what freedom, nobody Inside Biafra, we talk about freedom. PM said it. PM said that we in diaspora would be reasoning for them because they don't have the brain. Their brain has been messed up by Nigeria for the past 100 years. That is why the PM said we will think for every Biafran homeland. So when you see the criminality of Chomo Okoma and Bryson Okoma, and all of them, all these fallback people, what they did after the declaration, thank God we declared. How about that now? If I didn't ignore these criminals who declare on the 29th, despite all their fights, ask me where all of us would have been by now. Ask me what we would be using to fight by now. Ask me the legal basis, the ground we will be using. So now we'll be talking about how to again go to maybe America or Finland to go and declare. Ask me what we would, our faith. Many people would have dropped out from this nonsense. Which they make it look like as if it's a nonsense. But that declaration, which they oppose, they never believed in it, shows you that these are individuals that must be destroyed. My task is to ensure that these people are as irrelevant as possible. And that should be the task of every genuine Biafran, because if we allow them to have their way, to just something like what they were telling you now, there will be another thing they will declare. All these they are all machineries of the government. Chomo Okoma is working closely with Azoka. And you all know that the PM sacked Azoka. So Azoka, this madam, I don't know who Chomo Okoma, they're all in the same office. I hired Chioma into the Biafra struggle. She was the one that kept disturbing me. Have you forgotten about my husband? Please recruit him. I have to recruit that fool into the government. And now see what they're doing. So when they come with that angle, you have to think. You have to like who they connect with. Go ahead.
Because ihe gbasara my ID card, ị gwara m na afọ m dependent. So enweta m email from Biafran government, USB, that the email ji were dependent on my passport about the normal size actually. So mgbe gbajekwa na studio that they just said the normal size, send the arafa acknowledge ya sim okay, not the go okay.
Yeah.
Na ga-enweta ya within 8 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm surprised, but still, I'm one of the cabinet member in charge. So say help one come on, so come with ID card and the member there. But I said, "Now, I'm system. This number, DPM is dependent. And now at 5, we are sending the party the screenshot of the email that sent from the Biafran government. But I provided an assistant. I didn't confuse. I'm asking what to do again.
What name did you use? Just text it to me. Who did you talk to? Which cabinet member did you talk to?
Through almost my number.
Okay, so the only people you can talk to is either Honorable Christopher, Onuche, or myself. Apart from that, nobody knows anything. And again, like I said earlier, the next batch of our ID will be printed. We want to get as many people, and we want to maximize the number that the company gave us before printing, because when we print lower than that, we are just losing money. So again, text that to me when I have time within the week to check. I will check and get back to you.
Okay, send the other number because
just send it again. So I don't know.
You see, I know logo. So because I want to get Colopi woman. I didn't care if it's the goal. Mazuzona, the Makai, if go the only see Kamada Yabi Colopi. Hey,
we are moving forward, and that is why if this useless people, Chomo, Koma, and Bryson, they should be ashamed of themselves. And then when you start thinking of the harms and the evil that these idiots are doing to the struggle, you begin to wonder why Biafra never came. You know, they are just pure evil, all of them, pure evil. From Finland, after our declaration, all of them that started attacking this freedom, it's not just ignorance and lack of exposure, it's just pure evil. And how do you confront pure evil? Absolute destruction. Because if you don't do that, they will continue to do what they're doing.
Nah, I said they cannot know the too much. When I have said opposite, I don't has I ran a okay, I thought this morning in order to convince me, and I am not about to be online. I'm actually used to no have about to be a car, I'm never going to be. I want to go in a cut to know what information.
Again, the thing is, when they realize that's a mistake some people make, this freedom is not about an individual. No, it's about someone else. It's not about Nnamdi Kanu. It's not about even Dr. Orabueze. That's a mistake they keep making. Those of them that made that mistake when they were following Onyendu, many of them have realized that I made a U-turn to support the government. It's not about anyone. If Obatobie comes out today, he must conform to the government that is set up. There are no two ways about that. Even when the Kanu comes out today, he must, in capital, conform to the government of the United States of Biafra people that are set up. And I'm not saying that in a condescending manner. I'm saying that because that is the right thing for them to do, to make sure that our freedom is secured. Anything outside that Biafra people will attack them and relegate them to the trash. It's as simple as that. It's not about me. But these criminals that want to make sure our freedom does not come, who are paid by the Nigerian state, they will continue to do these things that they are doing. That's why you just have to ignore their stupidity and ensure that whatever they are doing it on their own. It does not matter who anybody talks to. It does not matter. All I am interested is in those that will, one, help me destroy Nigeria, two, give me my recognition for the Biafra people. Anything outside that, to me, is really irrelevant. And I'm succeeding on that. In that island down, Belgium, not the do your own job. Those that are distracting themselves, they are just doing it for their own selfish stupidity. And we can't be distracted by that. All right, you have a question, I'll take that.
Thank you.
You are next in line. Ask your question, please.
Is it me?
No, not you, Real Biafran TV. Anele, unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Hello, good evening. Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, okay. Good evening, DPM. First of all, I would like to appreciate all the efforts the leadership is making. To thank you and to underscore the fact that we here in Ireland, under the leadership of Mazu Uzo, were determined to see that our efforts come to fruition. I wanted to talk about the ID card, but since you already given us an answer to that, I will just skip that. And then to just encourage you, the leadership of USB, to intensify efforts in the diplomatic arena. And this is very key. You know, I find that a lot of people still do not seem to understand what this struggle is all about. diplomatically, internationally, and even locally. So if we probably strengthen the diplomatic focus or efforts, to ensure that people globally have an understanding of why we are struggling for this freedom, and the alternative would be the decadence that we are seeing right now in Nigeria. So my comment is simply this: just kindly continue with the efforts you are making towards a diplomatic, success, diplomatic triumph for this organization. Not just, but also locally, also at home, the homeland in Nigeria. The people don't seem to understand, So, but when we see this is where we're going, this is the kind of country we want to build, and also this is one point. Please, let's have let's capture a broader social, social cycle. It's not just about Igbo. This is not just about Igbo people. This is about Biafrans, who Igbo or non-Igbo. Let's capture everybody within the Biafran, territory.
Again, thank you. Biafra has never been about Igbo. Any conception to that means the person has not been following what we're doing. When Obato Obie created the 40 states of Biafra, it has nothing to do with Igbo. But again, that's what I said. Those that are paid to attack our freedom, they will come with all kinds of conceptions, just like you said, Biafra is Igbo. Anyone here that has been following Obato Obie, following Namdekan, cannot talk that Biafra is Igbo. Because when Obato Obie created the 40 states of Biafra, it was clear. We had over 350 meetings on Zoom and privately when Obato Obie created the 40 states of Biafra. Only the person that was not following Obato Obie, or they were following Obato Obie, but they are criminally minded to attack the freedom that Obato Obie was pursuing. We talk about Biafra as an Igbo thing. But again, my happiness is at least 98% of Biafrans that followed Obato Obie are fully aware Biafra has nothing to do with only Igbos. Secondly, our lobbying firm, they are doing excellently well in the background. It's not everything we present to the public. The actions the United States of America has taken against Nigeria is credit to our lobbying firms. The attack in Sokoto on December 25th by America is through our lobbying effort. The killing of the ISIS second in command in May last year is through the lobbying success of the United States of Biafra lobbyists. So many actions the United States of America and other countries have taken against Nigeria is through the actions of our lobbyists. You have to understand that this Biafra quest has been going on for the past 20 years. It's not a one-man thing. The only thing is that the United States of Biafra has solidified every plan and every aspect that genuine Biafrans have been making in the past 20 years. So the lobbyists are there doing their job. Our lawyers are there doing their job. That's why you're seeing a lot of success that we are having. Despite the distractions Nigeria is planting among us. So they're working every day. They don't have to come out publicly every day and be shouting. They are lobbying for the United States of Biafra. In Homeland, the 40 state governors structure are fully intact. It is only those paid by the Nigerian state that will be pretending as if they don't know what is going on. So we're not going to waste time on it. And I tell people, anyone at this time that does not know
what the United States of Biafra government is doing, then that person has been one, either an enemy of Obatobi, or two, one planted by the Nigerian state. So remember, our people will still use their intelligence and knowledge to distract. Just like what Chomo Goma was saying yesterday to this honorable that just talked. Are you saying with the person now, with anyone listening now, say that Chomo Goma and the husband did not know that Biafra was declared on November 29th? And these are people that went to school. Will you say that they were not aware? But as of this yesterday, they were trying to distract, attack, confuse people. What kind of lobbying do you need for useless idiots like this? How are you going to? So don't waste your time trying to convince anyone. Anybody that is not following at this time can never follow, and they don't need to follow. That's why Obatobia told all of them, everyone, stay where you are. If you are confused, just stay there, be confused. If you're not following the USB, stay there, don't follow them. Anything you believe in, just stay with it. We're not going to waste our time convincing anyone of anything. Because those that we are truly following, even P2B, even the legitimized governors, they know USB has been declared. They know that this Christian nation has been declared. But will they tell you that they know? No. Will they pretend that they don't know? Yes. Will they continue to confuse people because they want to retain power? Yes, they will, and meet the natural and all resources. Mine and ours is to continue to destroy them in that thing they are doing. This game of the Biafra restoration at this time is not just a game of people that have just 3, 4, 5 cents. We need individuals, genuine Biafrans with the 6th, 7th, and 8th sense to destroy Nigeria and destroy the legitimized governors. The grassroots structure of Adobe setup is fully active. That's why we have the voluntary Mondays sit at home, getting better every day by Biafrans. So again, like I said, we don't have to do anything extra much. Those that we know. In every freedom restoration, there are less than 1% that restores the freedom. And the other 90-something% we just fall in. That's all I have to say. Next person, please.
Real Biafran TV, your turn.
Okay. I want to stand on existing protocol by first saying from my location, good evening, my Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the acting head of state of United States of Biafra. From my location, once again, good evening, ma, and welcome.
Good evening. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Biafrans in Ireland, in Belgium, and all our listeners, I once again salute all of you. From my location, is a very wonderful good evening and happy Sunday to you all. I don't have any questions to ask our DPM. The thing I want to let people in Ireland and Belgium to know one thing, that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the history has put her where other women who declared their countries, that because of the women stood up and redeclare or issued the declaration of their country, they become a country. I will give you 10 names of countries women declares in this world. I want you, whatever I'm saying now, I want you to go and download Wikipedia. That is where you find the truth out. Download Wikipedia in your phone and start asking questions. Number one question to ask is, ask on Wikipedia, how many countries in this world did women declare or redeclared after they have lost it? That is number one question. One of those countries is Brazil. 1822 September 2nd was being declared by a woman. The Israel, everybody is shouting today, in 1968, May 14, was being declared by a woman. What of Belarus that gets their independence from almighty Russia? In 1990, July 27, by a woman. What of Congo in Africa, DR Congo, 1960, June 30, in Africa, a woman. What of Canada, that is almighty Canada today? Do you know that in 1929, October 18, a woman declares Canada as a country? What of in Africa, Madagascar, you know very well. In 1960, June 26, a woman. What of Tanzania in Africa, 1961, December 9, a woman? What of Malawi, 1964, July 6, a woman? What of Ivory Coast, 1960, August 7, a woman? What of Algeria, 1962, July 5, a woman? The world has also in the Wikipedia, in the archive, and also issued that in present 2024, November 29, 2024, that a woman called Dr. Ngozi Orabueze issued a peaceful redeclaration of United States of Biafra. These are histories we must know, for you to know that it's not in the first time in this world that a woman declares a country. She has put in that the same history a country that the women declare, proving mother country. I want to also let you know that IPOB is not first organization in the world to look for a country. That a country called Namibia that got their independence from South Africa, starting from 1915 to 1990, was fight for them to succeed out of South Africa. In Africa here, you know, South Africa and Namibia history. Namibia used organization called SWAPO to fight for them to get a country. Namibia, with the name SWAPO, protests for only 3 years and 10 months on the street of protest for them to. They now said that these protests we are doing, that the world is not helping us. They are not even coming to our rescue. Rather, our people are dying. After the 1966, after 3 years, Namibia apologized for their people under the name SWAPO. That we are sorry for asking you to go out and protest because of the massacre of our people and the life of our people. And their transition world into a government in exile. In the present world we are into today, about 37 countries, including Belgium. Belgium was the first country ever that used government in exile to get their lost country back in First World War, in Second World War. Belgium. They transitioned into London. In 1914, Belgium transitioned into London with a name of organization first. After 1 year, they formed government in exile, and the issue redeclared of Belgium in London. And it took them 4 years maximum after they have redeclared London, they declared Belgium in London. They took them maximum 4 years before they would get their first recognition. It took Belgium that people are in today. It took Belgium 10 years in exile before they will come back and take over their country. If there is no government in exile, whatever you are doing is all about making noise in social media. All these organizations being used, check the history of Belgium in Wikipedia. You will find out the truth about Belgium. Also, check the history of Ireland, where you are today. Ireland lost their country in the hands of Great Britain. Ireland remained slave under 400 years in the hands of Great Britain. When they decided to come back, women, moreover, piloted their fall of Ireland as a country. They achieved recognition in exile. Their first recognition comes from when they have their government in exile, who lobby from the United Kingdom, London. They started from there. They achieve recognition. They come back and take over their full territory in the hands of the oppressor. The same thing where we are today. What of you who live in Poland? Poland transitioned into government in exile in the United States of America. They remained there. Poland remained for 15 years in exile before they will come back. They form government in exile. They have prime minister. Check about Poland in Wikipedia. You will find out the truth that they have been hiding from us, because the white man says, if you want to hide the truth from a black man, put it on a written note, they will never go and research and find it out. But we are here today to let you to know, or the world to know, that our hand is in on it. What happened to Namibia people? Namibia, with SWAPO, declares after 4 years of protest, and their transitional government in exile, where Zambia, Angola, is where Namibia, Tanzania, they remained there for 30 good years, 3 decades. Before Namibia, we came back in 1990 and took over their territory. They redeclared in 1966. Then in 1973, Namibia get their first recognition. After the recognition, they remain in exile from that time until the United Nations, until United Kingdom, until America recognizes them, the world powers. They come back, and finally, South Africa packed their load and luggages and walk away from the territory of Namibia. My people, that is where we are. No country in this world have used protest to achieve a country. No country in this world have used 1 million men march to achieve their country. You must transition into government in exile. I want to conclude by saying, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one of his brokers, January 1st, 2021, before he was kidnapped in June, he said that the people of Biafra, for us to get Biafra as a country, that we must repeat the history of Syria, Yemen, and Somalia. What is the history of Syria and Somalia and Yemen? They all transition into government in exile. Syria remained in exile for 12 years. The country called Somalia remained in exile in Kenya for over 6 decades. Puts around maximum of the declaration date to a date of everything over 40 years in exile before they can be able to come back and take over their territory. That is where we find ourselves. If Ojukwu could have introduced government in exile for us, by now we are not, our DPM will not be here preaching or trying to tell you that the only way is for you to support the University of Biafra. Without USB, we have no ground. But with USB declared and you to find out by yourself, ndị banyị stonya ajụ adịrị efu ụzọ. Ndị banyị si n'okwu Igbo na ọ bụrụ na ọkpụ ụzọ amụrụ ka esi akpọ ogene gbara mkpi abụọ ya lekene egbe anya n'ọdụ ka ọ mụta ka esi akpọ ya nwamba ogele. Ndị banyị si ọ bụrụ na ịmara ụzọ ebe mmiri dị nke isoro mpekele ji ka iruo na mmiri. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ekwuo na January 1st, 2021 that we should repeat the history of Syria, Yemen, and Somalia, including Sierra Leone. Check this history. They all have government in exile. They stop or protest on the street, starts acting like a country. Without you acting as a country, you can never sign treaty. You can never get in touch relationship with any other country in the world. Our DPM and all the cabinet members and honorable Ushers, thank you all for giving us country. Thank you all for making us to remain as the modern present peaceful government in exile with a peaceful resolution document. I want to send a message to Bryce Nokoma and Shomo Okoma. Our people, we need to do something. I walked into Chrome to do research. Chrome was telling me that Biafra was declared December 2nd. I take my 7 days to rewrite and give them evidence before they can pull it down. And the person who put in Chrome that Biafra was declared December 2nd is Bryce Nokoma. We have a job to do. Do your work. DPM, Honorable, and all of them could not do the same work. You must find something to do. Go to YouTube and see the mess about USB declared. We have to rewrite, give them evidence. As you go to Chrome today, it has been there that Biafra was really declared. It took me from December 10 to January 10 to rewrite what Bryce Nokoma put in Chrome that Biafra was declared by even him. And he's the one who did it, not that our DPM just was the man who organized it. That he is the one who read out of the declaration. We must tell the world truth. What are you doing? Is it attacking one another? Go to Wikipedia, go to Chrome, go to Archive, go and find research and do what you can do to make that the world knows that our redeclared happened fully, and they already know. Because anyway, as time around, what you will see. One of the most peaceful governments in exile in the world today, the present one, is United States of Biafra was redeclared in November 2024 by one and only Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I don't owe anybody any apology. What we want is Biafra as a country. Without government in exile, no country. Without no redeclared of a lost country, no country. Thank you so much as we continue to move until we achieve our final destination in Biafra and through recognition. DPM, my hands are up. Thank you so much. Honorable Uche, I greet all of you in the cabinet members. Well done job. We move.
Thank you so much, Gino. So thank you so much. I'm happy you honor this invitation.
Thank you.
Sorry, I did PM, yeah, sorry. Is DPM talking?
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sorry, DPM. I want to really acknowledge you so for honoring this invitation. We want to thank you. We have the history is there. DPM should continue to tell people it's not about her, it's not about Nandika, it's not about Simon, it's about United States of Biafra. And he said, all that we are seeking, we have gotten. I said that to Obato in the prison. That he said you are looking for recognition. We are recognized. I told him, pump and play. So I want to thank you so much, for coming. Thank you so much for your education. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not speaking like DPM. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Mazioso. The next on the line is Samsung SM. Who is using Samsung SM? Please, you can bring your question.
It's me, Ngozi, please. I'm very sorry for this name. So, I'm sorry. Because I actually use my own language. I don't know, I'm not permitted or no. So, my name is Ngozi. I'm from Bungozi.
Ngozi, go ahead now with your
Okay. Nwanne m ekene m onye ọbụla. Afọ m bụ Ngozi. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze wa DPM. Ezigbo nne. Ana m ekene gị nke ukwuu. Ana m ekene gị hinne. Yes, onye na-ekwuru m nwa bụ Ngozi nka nke nọ na Humble Lion o mechekwa na adabatukwa m to X. Ekene Maazị Ụzọ na-eji m ohere a na-ekene Maazị Honorable Uche and Maazị Honorable Okenwa, and I'm ekene all the whole cabinet. Because we are not
hearing you.
We are hearing her. Please check it.
We are hearing you. We are not hearing you.
Okay, that means yeah. Okay, ne ezigbo nne anyị ji eje mbe nweghị m anything achọrọ m iju gị bete ana m agwa gị ọjị na-asị gị nnụa jide ka iji na anyị kwụ gị n'azụ, anyị ji ọja wee kwụ gị n'azụ. Ị naghị ada oke nne m, ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma, ọ ga-adịrị gị ezinụlọ gị na mma, ọ ga-adịrị onye ukwu na onye nta, ọ ga-adịrị awa mmadụ Nnamdi Kanu and ọbata obie. I want Obia Mori very soon. I'm making any government here. Na soon, you see me. Everyone did nature my ID card, the moon is no nom. There won't any question. I'm saying no, okay.
Thank you.
Bye bye, Gordon.
Bye, Udo.
So, let's say the receipt to our honorable.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
50 so
wow, thank you so much. We need all the money because we need to support our troops in homeland. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sorry, DPM also have a total of 100 Gemma between Ireland and Belgium. Because of the way we started, we were not able to announce that.
Okay. Wow, thank you. That's
between Ireland and Belgium, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to all the donors.
Honorable Christopher, your hands is up. You can bring in your question or you I don't know.
Yes, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Crystal clear.
Yeah, thank you. Because I'm on the road, but I just had to contribute a bit. First and foremost, good evening, Your Excellency, Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you for honoring this invitation. All members of the cabinet here present, our honorables and visitors in Ireland and Belgium, thank you for taking your time to honor this invitation. I want to start by saying we are all we have, and we are the only ones who can help ourselves. And any other help we get, external help, that would be secondary. But the primary help, we are the ones that will provide that ourselves. When the DPM was talking about people knowing or not knowing, or what you call the willful ignorance of certain Biafrans as to whether Biafra has been declared or not, that reminded me of something. And I wish the deputy head of mission in Spain is present. Fellow Biafrans here, for your information, the head or the leader of Catalonia, I'm sure we all know Catalonia that wants to have their independence from Spain. The world knows about Catalonia. The current leader of Catalonia knows who our deputy prime minister is, knows that the declaration was done on the 29th, and this head of Catalonia, the leader, told our deputy head of mission that that woman, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, she's very bold and we respect her. So if far away in Catalonia, the Catalans can acknowledge our declaration, can acknowledge our deputy prime minister, why would Biafrans not acknowledge her, or why would they claim that they do not know about her? Again, far away in Ibadan, or just not far away, close to our homeland in Ibadan, one of our brothers who was writing his PhD, I don't know what you call it, dissertation, when you do your master's, you call it your thesis. He was writing his final exam. He wanted to choose a topic about Biafra. And his supervisor actually had to lead him towards another direction. The first thing his supervisor said, his name is Osinachi's brother. But the supervisor told him, don't you know that Biafra has just been declared? So if a Yoruba man in Ibadan can inform our brother that Biafra has been redeclared, then why would our people claim to be ignorant? So that is just what I wanted to point out here. Your Excellency, you permit me to say one more thing before I end here, because I have to concentrate on multitasking now. Biafra that was declared in the 60s and the 70s, starting from the pogrom, against us that led to it, we all know the history. That land, the people, the culture, the sovereignty is what we are standing on today. The same Biafrans then and the same Biafrans now, nothing has changed. The land of Biafra then, the land of Biafra now, nothing has changed. So when we say new nation or some of us say new nation, I don't want people to have a misconception about this. It is about the redeclaration. Biafra is not new. Biafra was there even before Nigeria was created, even before the British came, and Biafra still stands today, and it will stand forever. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cristobal Kenwa, for that. The next person in line is Samsung SMA057F. Please bring in your question. Unmute yourself. Sorry, unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Okay, are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, yes, we are hearing you.
Okay. I want to thank our Excellency, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, for what she has been doing. Frankly speaking, she has been doing a work a man cannot do. Not all men can do it. What Odimefo Ojukwu did 1967 is exactly what she has done. And we Biafrans, the USP Biafrans, generally the whole Biafrans should be so happy because what Nigerian government planned against Biafrans were terrible. That is why they called Ogenkere. Had it been our DPM did not declare, they did not make the declaration on the 29th November 2024. If Ogenkere does it, the Nigerian government, through bidding, they will just give that sovereign nation of Biafra and they will take Fulani to put as president of Biafra. The whole state of Biafra will be Fulani and it will be declared. And if it is declared, you can never tomorrow go and ask for declaration of Biafra. That is what people doesn't know. What Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabueze does for us. People just say she declared Biafra and become happy, but they doesn't know the deepness of what he does to us. Because had it been he did not do it forever, we will not ask for Republic of Biafra any longer. So we thank Chukwu Abiyama, who called her for the fulfillment of his promise that the lost tribe of Israel must be gathered together. That is the assignment she is doing. I am Chief Obaro Lanuki. I may be talking, one or two people may say, why are you saying God, God? No, I talk anything I want to say, I say God, because it is Jehovah that is propelling this Biafran struggle. It is not in the hand of man. In Cotonou, Jehovah told me Owazwika will not give Biafra, that he will cause someone that will give Biafra. I said, no, Owazwika is going with Kofi Annan. He will give Biafra. He said, no, my son Oba, I will call someone that will give Biafra. You will be among the high officers. I forgot everything. Then in Belgium, Jehovah called me 2015, told me, my son Oba, take the mantle, it belongs to you. Nnamdi Kalu is that one I told you that you give Biafra, follow him. Before I take the mantle of Bruiser, the coordinator. Then 2021, Jehovah told me, come out from DOS, follow a new ship. Follow a new ship. DOS ship is sinking, follow a new ship. It was autopilot. I was still there attacking the DOS. My information went to His Excellency Mazis Manekwa. He said in Facebook and interpreted it and called me. My friend, Chief Obarolan, come out from DOS, follow me. And as I was attacking the DOS as one of the higher executives, they called me a Ekperima and removed me from DOS. Then immediately I joined autopilot. And the autopilot was brought here by Evangelist Chidima. But I have to establish it here in Belgium. So this is the story of Belgium. Then when we were doing autopilot in Belgium, with the Ogenkere under autopilot, then they planned to destroy His Excellency Mazi Simeonepa. And when he came to Belgium, as people came now, I was their patron, the one that warlords that break the collar. I told him, be very careful for your enemies in your doorstep. He called me. He said to us that very soon we will not see him again. But within short time that he will come back. I didn't know This was revealed to me, but I didn't know exactly that the enemies has already engulfed him by Ogenke. And that is why during Ogenke's term, they did everything to keep me here in Belgium through Dr. Through the rep of Belgium and his followers. They did everything. I knew already that the lady was sent for the actualization of Biafra. Who is that lady? Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is that lady. Jehovah showed it to me clearly. He showed me a bowl full of fruits. Hausa were picking, Yoruba were picking. The person that represents Biafra was a lady. On the process of the lady picking the whole fruit from the bowl, the Yoruba and Hausa came in the hand of this Biafran lady, took the whole fruits she has already picked and gave her empty bowl to go. She called me, my brother Oba, take my luggage. Let's go back to our father's house. I took her luggage to our father's house in Biafra land, kept it inside the house. She called me, go and remove that luggage, for there is a great personality that is coming to marry me. That was why when the rep under Ogenkere, they did everything to pick me. I rejected. I told them, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is the right person. Even the document they gave me, they took it back. To assist me, to give me documents, to do my appeal, because they gave me negative to go to Africa. They refused. The person that helped me to get all those things is Honorable Mercy and Honorable Okema. They did everything to give me documents that backed me to make sure they did not deport me back to Nigeria. So, and again, Jehovah showed me about Trump. He showed me about Trump when Trump was in a very critical condition, not able to win America. Jehovah told me Trump is going to win America, to bring back American glory, which was lost. I put it in Facebook. Personality, high personality in Abia State by name, Honorable John Oki Carlo, is a politician. Okay, a Yoruba man attacked me first, that Trump will not win. Then that politician in Abia State, Honorable John Oki Carlo, attacked the Yoruba man, telling him Trump is going to win America, to bring back American glory, which was lost. After that, Trump won and became president of America. Jehovah told me about Nnamdi Kanu when they want to go to his house, to storm his house. Jehovah told me, my son Oba. Then Jehovah told me, my son Oba, I should tell Nnamdi Kanu not to be afraid because he is with him. Then I sent a message to the DOS to go and tell him not to be afraid that he is with him. I didn't know Nigerian government want to go and storm Afaruku Ibeku. Within short term, Afaruku Ibeku was stormed, and no one knows about the whereabouts of Nnamdi Kanu. Then Jehovah then told me we should search for our Jewish brother. He said we should search for our Jewish brother. Then I started thinking, what do you mean by we should search for our Jewish brother? At long run, when Nnamdi Kanu reached at Israel, Jehovah told me, we have found our Jewish brother. They will do the hardest work for us. Your Excellency, you have tried a lot. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, you are a big lady of high caliber. I don't know how to thank you for all your work. And that is why on my own side, I'm trying the little I can do.
Thank you.
Though I don't have the money again, but I'm just trying to make sure I'll be doing what I can be doing. I went to Commissaire General because I'm the one pulling this very struggle here in Belgium. Commissaire General, the government of Belgium called me to give me Belgium document. I rejected that. I'm the one storming UN Parliament, EU Parliament, Brussels Parliament. I have evidence of everything I'm talking. I'm the one going to Nigerian embassy and storm them. We said if it continue of killing of Igbos, if it continue, we destroy the embassy here. We did it, not talking. After that, they call me to give me Belgium document, the Commissioner General, they called me to give me Belgium document, 2018. They did everything, interviewed me from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I rejected. I told them they are killing my Biafran brothers and sisters. In Biafra land, they want to Islamize us. They are raping them. They are destroying our farmland. They want to Islamize us. They want to change us not to be Christian. So I cannot, and Nigerian government did not show all these things in newspapers. So I can never take that document. I know the value of documents. They did everything, I did not take it. They said, will you suffer and die here? We went, it is the Belgium government telling me this, that they went to Cotonou and found my losses. I lose more than $1 million US. This is an Exim Bank in America. From Global 2000 Orlando, those people in Exim Bank go and make inquiry. Favor is more than $500 million. I need inquiry. I need proof. Please, you people should.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
He is my best friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
After that, they gave me credit facility worth $1 million US in Exim Bank. So, sir, I informed our
Thank you very much, Honorable Roland. We'll move on. And our DPM will soon be leaving us, so we have to maximize the time. I want to know if anyone has any question. We are still on the section of question and answer, please. More questions?
Where's the charger? Where's the charger?
I think, Honorable, that people are not asking, the problem is when people come in, they don't want to rest, they don't want to ask questions. But after DPM have left, you see them on the road, they begin to ask you questions. But here, answer that question is here, they're not asking. So let DPM go, please, if she wants.
Yeah, that's so nice. Another question that they already know the answers to the questions that they
credit of $1 million US.
That they
there is a question I have to ask.
Okay.
The question I want to ask is His Excellency Mazi Simonekpa, after hearing of this information that the government of Belgium decided to give me document, I rejected. After seeing I told him I have evidence. He asked me, is it true? I said, yes, there's evidence of what I'm saying. He told the whole executive to call the attorney in America to give me Biafran identity and passport. Then they did everything to make sure they give me Biafran identity and passport. And the attorney general said, there is no passport now, and the identity, all of them are still in pipeline. Then they promised me, when everything is okay, then I will be giving Biafran identity and passport freely. Asked Evangelist Chidinma, I told him about this, and some people working with His Excellency Mazi Simonekpa, the executive, many of them are with Ogengere now. But the Evangelist Chidinma is aware of what I'm saying. So if it is like that, and this USB government, will that very thing be affected, or will I pay? Though I have paid for another one, but my identity has not come out since I paid. I paid, and everything shows that it will come out. Everything was good, but since then I've not received it. So what will I do on that regard? Why is my phone not? Hello?
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I've heard everyone. There's no other question. I think I can hear everyone. And I'm going to take my leave. If anyone have any question, you can bring it to my attention by Uchi, and I should be able to give a response. Once again, I thank you all for what you're doing to stay the course. Usually, I try to avoid Sunday meetings. I want BIAFRAS to rest every Sunday because it's always busy for us from Monday through Friday and Saturday and all that. But again, every now and then I have to try and be in those meetings again. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I'm going to take my leave at this time since we don't have any more questions. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of Biafra.
Thank you very much, DPM, for coming to this occasion this evening. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate all that you are doing for us, Biafrans. Thank you. I will pray that the Almighty God bless you, protect you and your family, continue to strengthen you and give you more wisdom, ideas this way, and in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. I can see one hand is up. Please, you can unmute and then. The hand is no more. Honorable Ushe, please, will you, or do you have anything to add to what we've discussed so far?
No, not at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ushe. Any more questions? Since we don't have more questions, no hand is up, I will want to thank everyone, the cabinet members, the members of the Foreign Affairs Department, all heads of mission, deputy heads of mission, friends of Biafrans that are here present. We really appreciate you for taking out your time this wonderful day to be in this occasion. We say thank you very much. We appreciate you all. And please, if you have any further question, you can go to our authorized government website or contact any of the heads of mission, and we are there to answer your questions. Thank you very much. On this note, I'll say have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Aye,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you, Honorable Messi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, the people of Biafra, under USB, you have had it all from our DPM, and the steady course is the main thing, and you must do something. We must do our own part, while the government is doing their own part. We all have to join hands together to make sure that we let the world know that Biafra has been redeclared and that nobody should tamper our mandate. I want to just do a little one before I close it up from here. I will not hesitate to give you the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what he asks us to do. And why we must do that, why we must follow that way he asks us to go. And he made it open that this is the only way that Biafra will become a country. It's not by what we personally think and how we personally see things. It's about the reality. And what is the reality? That Biafra has been redeclared through government in exile, how every other government in exile has been redeclared their country. And Mazi Nakano make it openly by the countries he asks us to shake, by the countries he asks us to leave. That is the areas that we all are looking towards it. And looking towards those countries he mentioned, that he told us that this is the way they have achieved their country, that we have to repeat their history, which I have played them for you throughout today. And also, I've also let you know that there's nothing like wasting time in this movement anymore. In all the countries in the world that have redeclared or declared their country, when the world decided to grant recognition, they only grant recognition to that first declaration. When Ojukwu declares Biafra in 1970, when 4 countries that recognizes Biafra recognize what? Because of there's a declaration. And it is mandatory that once you lost the country, you have to redeclare back. That's why I play you the country, many countries that have lost their country, how they redeclare their country back and how they succeed. Listen to the voice of Mazi Nnamdi.
The method in our madness. We are very, very strategic in terms of our approach, not just to the disintegration of the damnable zoological republic, but its disembowelment. I did promise you many years ago that by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name Nigeria will no longer exist. That is where we are heading to. And for us to be able to accomplish that, we need to recreate the scenario of Yemen, the scenario of Syria, the scenario of Somalia, in the northern part of the damnable zoological republic. And there is only one way we are going to achieve that.
I hope you are listening. And if you just join me since I started, since over 3 days, I'm talking about these 3 countries, 4 or more of them, how we can achieve Biafra. The center point there is what? The government in exile approach. Syria have government in exile, based in France and London and in Ethiopia and the Qatar. The Somalia have their own government in exile that based in Kenya and also Ethiopia. Today, we have government in exile have issued the redeclared of our lost country, Republic of Biafra, that we lost. For the continuation of that superior country, we just lost it. We didn't lose it in our mind. We lost our fiscal territory control. That is why you have to redeclare, like every other country that have redeclared. When people of Poland lost their country, they redeclared it. When the people of Ethiopia in Africa lost their country, they redeclared it. When the Baltic states, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, when they lost their country, they redeclared it back. On that declaration, improving the continuity of the existing of the old into the new. Like when you build the old house, you have to repaint it, and the house becomes a new one. In a simple thing I want to take home today is that without government in exile, look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his broadcast, one of his powerful broadcasts. Go and listen to the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcast January 1st. 2021. I don't do some that do not have a date and the year when it happens. The month. January 1st, 2021. Go and check that history. Go and check the history of January 2021. Then you will understand why we must create this scenario that I'm going to talk about. It's all but what Government-in-Exile, nothing more than that. And before we end this wonderful outing, listen to the voice of Mazen Nandekano again. Then I will play this scenario as also repeats. We must replicate the scenario of Government-in-Exile of Syria, Somalia, and the history of Yemen.
The method in our madness. We are very, very strategic in terms of our approach, not just to the disintegration of the damnable zoological republic, but its disembowelment. I did promise you many years ago that by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name Nigeria will no longer exist. That is where we are heading to. And for us to be able to accomplish that, we need to recreate the scenario of Yemen, the scenario of Syria, the scenario of Somalia, in the northern part of the damnable zoological republic. And there is only one way we are going to achieve that.
It's only one way we are going to achieve Biafra, through what? The scenario of all these countries he mentioned just now. And for us to understand what those countries did and how the scenario is what we are going to repeat in our own time, what is what we needed to do in our own time. This is why it's very important that we listen to all those scenarios of all those countries, how all of them becomes a country, and why we must do what they did in their own time for us to have Biafra as a country. So on that day, listen to this history of Syria and history of Somalia. I will only play it because I have analyzed this today. For those who join us newly, listen to this.
The details regarding the timelines, organization names, and international recognition of the Syrian opposition break down as follows. 1. The names of the organizations. The Syrian opposition used two distinct, interconnected bodies to represent themselves. The umbrella political organization, the National Coalition for Syrian Revolutionary and Opposition Forces, commonly referred to as the Syrian National Coalition or SNC. This was the broad political coalition that managed international diplomacy. The Government-in-Exile body, the Syrian Interim Government, SIG. This was the specific executive, administrative arm created by the SNC to function as a government in exile and manage daily civil services like schools, hospitals, and local infrastructure. 2. Years of protests before transitioning. It took exactly 2 years of popular uprisings and escalating conflict before the formal government in exile was created. March 2011. Massive, peaceful pro-democracy street protests erupted across Syria as part of the Arab Spring. March 2013. Following 2 years of a violent regime crackdown that turned the protests into a full-scale civil war, the opposition officially declared the creation of the Syrian Interim Government, SIG, during a conference in Istanbul, Turkey. 3. Years spent in exile. The Syrian opposition body spent a total of 11 to 12 years operating outside of the central capital before the collapse of the Bashar al-Assad regime in late 2024. This time frame is generally divided into 2 administrative phases. Phase 1, absolute foreign exile, 3 years. From 2013 to 2016, the SIG operated entirely from its headquarters in Istanbul, Turkey, with no physical administrative control on the ground. Phase 2, the Northern Border Zone, 8 years. From 2016 to late 2024, the SIG moved its physical headquarters onto Syrian soil in the northern border city of Azaz. While no longer in a foreign country, they remained completely exiled from the true capital and center of national power in Damascus. Following the total collapse of the Assad regime in December 2024, the Syrian National Coalition briefly relocated to Damascus. By early 2025, these older opposition frameworks were formally dissolved and integrated into the centralized Syrian transitional government under Ahmed al-Sharaa. 4. How long to achieve international recognition? Remarkably, the political organization achieved widespread international recognition almost instantly, taking only a matter of days, not years, though this recognition came before they officially formed the government in exile. The timeline of their lightning-fast diplomatic recognition highlights this rapid shift. November 11, 2012. The Syrian National Coalition, SNC, is officially formed in Doha, Qatar. One day later, November 12, 2012, Qatar and the 6 member states of the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, formally recognized the SNC as the sole legitimate representative of the Syrian people. 2 days later, November 13, 2012, France becomes the first Western superpower to grant formal recognition. 1 week later, November 19 to 20, 2012, the European Union and the United Kingdom issue formal recognition. 1 month later, December 12, 2012, the United States formally recognizes the coalition at a Friends of Syria conference in Marrakesh, Morocco, alongside more than 100 other international delegates. The catch with recognition: while over 100 countries rushed to recognize the political coalition, SNC, within weeks of its birth in late 2012, many of those same Western and Arab nations later hesitated to give that same level of formal diplomatic recognition to the actual interim government, SIG, when it launched in 2013, preferring to treat it as a civil administrative partner rather than a sovereign replacement state. To trace how Somalia resurrected its fallen state through an exiled administration, we have to look at a unique timeline. Somalia's case is different from Syria or Sierra Leone. There were no street protests leading to exile, because the state had already completely collapsed into warlord anarchy. Here is the exact breakdown of the organizations, timelines, and the years it took to reclaim territory. 1. The name of the organization. The umbrella framework that created the government in exile was the Somalia National Reconciliation Conference, held in Kenya. Through this conference, rival warlords, clan elders, and civil society groups. The details regarding the timelines, organization names, and international recognition of the Syrian opposition break down as follows. 1. The names of the organizations. The Syrian opposition used 2 distinct, interconnected bodies to represent themselves. The umbrella political organization, the National Coalition for Syrian Revolutionary and Opposition Forces, commonly referred to as the Syrian National Coalition or SNC. This was the broad political coalition that managed international diplomacy. The government-in-exile body, the Syrian Interim Government, SIG. This was the specific executive, administrative arm created by the SNC to function as a government in exile and manage daily civil services like schools, hospitals, and local infrastructure. 2. Years of protests before transitioning. It took exactly 2 years of popular uprisings and escalating conflict before the formal government in exile was created. March 2011. Massive, peaceful pro-democracy street protests erupted across Syria as part of the Arab Spring. March 2013. Following 2 years of a violent regime crackdown that turned the protests into a full-scale civil war, the opposition officially declared the creation of the Syrian Interim Government, SIG, during a conference in Istanbul, Turkey. 3. Years spent in exile. The Syrian opposition body spent a total of 11 to 12 years operating outside of the central capital before the collapse of the Bashar al-Assad regime in late 2024. This time frame is generally divided into 2 administrative phases. Phase 1, absolute foreign exile, 3 years. From 2013 to 2016, the SIG operated entirely from its headquarters in Istanbul, Turkey, with no physical administrative control on the ground. Phase 2, the Northern Border Zone, 8 years. From 2016 to late 2024, the SIG moved its physical headquarters onto Syrian soil in the northern border city of Azaz. While no longer in a foreign country, they remained completely exiled from the true capital and center of national power in Damascus. Following the total collapse of the Assad regime in December 2024, the Syrian National Coalition briefly relocated to Damascus. By early 2025, these older opposition frameworks were formally dissolved and integrated into the centralized Syrian transitional government under Ahmed al-Sharaa. 4. How long to achieve international recognition? Remarkably, the political organization achieved widespread international recognition almost instantly, taking only a matter of days, not years, though this recognition came before they officially formed the government in exile. The timeline of their lightning-fast diplomatic recognition highlights this rapid shift. November 11, 2012. The Syrian National Coalition, SNC, is officially formed in Doha, Qatar. 1 day later, November 12, 2012, Qatar and the 6 member states of the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, formally recognized the SNC as the sole legitimate representative of the Syrian people. 2 days later, November 13, 2012, France becomes the first Western superpower to grant formal recognition. 1 week later, November 19 to 20, 2012, the European Union and the United Kingdom issue formal recognition. 1 month later, December 12, 2012, the United States formally recognizes the coalition at a Friends of Syria conference in Marrakesh, Morocco, alongside more than 100 other international delegates. The catch with recognition: while over 100 countries rushed to recognize the political coalition, SNC, within weeks of its birth in late 2012, many of those same Western and Arab nations later hesitated to give that same level of formal diplomatic recognition to the actual interim government, SIG, when it launched in 2013, preferring to treat it as a civil administrative partner rather than a sovereign replacement state.
BIAFRAS, because of my time, we are going to leave it here and we'll come back again tomorrow to look at the history of Yemen and Sierra Leone tomorrow. So please be on the watch out for that. All these things for you to understand. You see all this noise that making on social media has nothing to stop USB from what we are doing. That is one of the most, that is the truth I want you to know. All these noises that we are seeing today has nothing to stop USB movement. They are only just wasting their time.
You've been on your phone.
I want you to do your own parts by standing strong on the side of USB redeclared. That is only government you have. No other government for you except USB redeclared. So if anyone like, let them know what they think they can do, but the truth has been out there and we have come to stay. Nobody will stop the movement. None of them has weight or what it takes for us to achieve our recognition. They cannot. So please, we are going to end it here until we come back again tomorrow. Then we will continue. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. And we remain blessed. Remember, you are a citizen, not organization. You are a citizen of United States of Biafra. I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. No amount of lie can change this truth. So from me, from here, have a wonderful night and happy Sunday once again. Remember, sit at home Monday voluntarily. It's part of our self-referendum. It's how to prove to the world that we believe in what we're saying. Thank you to you all.